All right, 8C, we're going to do hypothesis testing for means this time. And just like with our confidence intervals, we can do a z-test or a t-test. So you have to pay attention to the sample size. It's the same rules. If n is 30 or higher, it's a z-test. If it's less than 30, it's a t-test. Okay, we're going to do these in Desmos. So same thing, it's under the plus and inference. So let's look at an example. Okay, I'm going to let you pause here and read this. Okay, so verify that you can use a z-test. Our sample size is 100, which is bigger than 30, so we're good. So we need to identify our hypotheses. Okay, the claim is that the mean speed, the average speed is greater than 35. That's what those people think. Okay, so our null hypothesis, remember, always has to be equal. So we're going to say that the mean is equal to 35 as our null hypothesis. And then the claim that we're testing is that the mean is greater than 35. Okay, and our alpha is 0.05. They told us that right there in the question. And so now we are going to Desmos to get our p-value. All right, so just like before, we're going to go plus sign inference, and we want a z-test and change it to stats. Okay, our sample size is 100. The sample mean was 36, and the sample standard deviation was 4. Okay, and we want the significance test. Now we have to put in our null hypothesis. So our null was that the mean is equal to 35. Our alternative is that the mean is greater than, so that means we're going to choose the right tail. So we get a p-value of 0.006. All right, so p is 0.006, which is less than alpha, which is 0.05. All right, and so then we need to write our one sentence conclusion. Right, it's going to look exactly like the sentence from last time. We are going to reject the null hypothesis because the p-value is less than alpha. So there is enough evidence to support the claim that, and then we need to say what the claim was in words. And the claim was that the mean speed of cars is greater than 35 miles per hour. Right, so I can always get that claim part from the sentence in the question. Right. Then we can do the same thing when we have small samples. We just have to do t-test. Right, so same steps for our test, almost the same steps for Desmos. We just have to make sure that we are picking t instead of z. So we'll look at an example. Okay, so now we're talking about the mean price of a Honda CR-V. They say it's 20,500, but you disagree, and you find a mean price of 19,850. Okay, so t-test, sample of 14, that's less than 30, so we're good. So what are our hypotheses? Well, the null, okay, is they say the mean is equal to 20,500, all right? The alternative, you disagree, and you found a lower price. So your claim is going to be that it is less than 20,500. Okay, and then we go to Desmos. Okay, so we have our plus sign, inference, and this time we are picking, let me slide this over so you can see, this time we're picking t-test, all right, and putting in stats. Our sample size was 14. The sample mean was 19,850. When you're putting in large numbers, don't put in a comma because Desmos thinks you're trying to put in more than one number, so just write it without commas. And then the standard deviation was 1,084. All right, create our test, significance test. Okay, what was our null? Our null was that the mean is 20,500. Okay, our alternative was less than, so that's going to be left tail, right? Don't worry about degrees of freedom. That's not something we're going to talk about in this class. So our p-value is 0.021. All right, so our p-value is 0.021. That is less than alpha of 0.05. So we write our sentence. We are going to reject the null hypothesis because the p-value is less than alpha, so there is enough evidence to support the claim that the mean price of the car, all right, is less than, because that was our claim, less than 20,500.